I don't have much weight to lose. I'm lean, but why do I have diabetes or insulin resistance?
So that actually leads us to this other type of diabetes. So clinically, type 1 and type 2, everybody knows, but there are actually more types. And the one that has lately gained more recognition is type 1.5, or latent autoimmune diabetes of adulthood, LADA as we call it. So what happens is through an autoimmune mechanism where your immune system is attacking your pancreas, like what would happen with type 1 diabetes, you lose the ability to make insulin to a large extent. But you're not completely having zero insulin like type 1 diabetes. You still make maybe 2-5% insulin. So you don't go into that ketoacidosis state like happens with the type 1 diabetes, but you're not making enough insulin that would support normal blood sugars. So for someone who is very lean or muscular build and they're still diagnosed with diabetes in their third, fourth, or fifth decade of life, they should be checked for something called the C-peptide, which is the protein that beta cells make. And that works as a marker of how much insulin your body is making. So typically you will find the C-peptide levels to be low, not zero like type 1 diabetes, but low. And their sugars are running high if they just take any oral tablets. So they typically have to be on insulin regimen. But if they follow whole food plant-based way of eating, they can keep the insulin requirements to the very minimum like a type 1 diabetic person can do, and still get better health. And then you will find some people who are not this type 1.5, they are type 2, but they don't have fat in other places, especially people with Indian ancestry. We only deposit fat in the visceral area, in the tummy. So we may not have a lot of fat other places, but because we have more fat deposition in the middle of the body, any visceral or fat around our abdominal organs can easily lead to insulin resistance. So if you can get rid of that excess abdominal fat, then that can help you reverse insulin resistance.
That's a beautiful, explanation, Soham. Like if I may summarize your what is the insulin resistance is basically the excess deposition of fat that is coming through either diet or that's already there, and this excess fat is clogging up the function, clogging up in the cells and outside the cells, and it's getting in the way of insulin doing its job. So the body is making insulin, but it's not able to do its job, right?